DJ really? The Cars Tuner Gang's dark secret. Yeah, that blue boxy car with the speakers for a face. Everyone just sees him as like the cool music guy of the crew. But I've been thinking about this one for weeks. And honestly, once I actually looked at him closely, DJ might be the most disturbing character Pixar ever put in a kids movie. Mr. Blessed here. And if you watched my last video on Boost, you already know this tuner gang has layers nobody talks about. But DJ, he's a whole different level, and I'm gonna walk you through why. 3 points today. First, I want to talk about where DJ actually comes from, because his backstory makes zero sense until you really sit with it. Then the middle point, the big one, what that sound system strapped inside him actually is, because this is the thing that genuinely kept me up at night. And then last, I want to get into why DJ is the real weapon of the tuner gang. Not Boost with his nitrous tanks, not Snot Rod with his sneezes, DJ. The quiet one in the back. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you're going to look at that blue box on wheels completely differently. Starting with where DJ comes from, because this is the part that nobody brings up. His full name, I'm not kidding, is Devin Montgomery Johnston III. The Third. That is not a name you give to some random street racer. That is old money. That is the kind of name you put on a kid who's getting sent to boarding school before he can even drive. Rich family, East Coast, the whole deal. Probably summer homes. Probably a driveway full of cars his dad polished every Sunday. Probably the kind of family that already had his whole life planned out before he was even off the assembly line. And the lore actually confirms it. DJ went to this fancy music school on the East Coast, a real conservatory. The kind of place where you study classical music and become a professional for the rest of your life. He was apparently a gifted student too. Like, this dude had a future. He could have been playing concert halls, real orchestras, big stages with crystal chandeliers and people in suits clapping at him. Instead, he's cruising the interstate at 2 a.m. blasting bass at sleepy truckers. How does that happen? How do you go from conservatory kid to street gang? I'll tell you how. He met Wingo at a party. That's it. That's the whole pivot point. One party, one bad friend, one night that changed the whole direction of a life. Wingo painted him up, pulled him into the crew, and that was the end of that music career. Think about it. Wingo was basically his gateway drug. Wingo is the guy who convinced Devin Montgomery Johnston III that the conservatory was lame and the highway was where it was at. And honestly, when I realized this, I started seeing DJ as this tragic rich kid who threw away everything he was supposed to be. His family probably still thinks he's at school somewhere. They probably send him money every month thinking he's paying tuition. They have no idea their kid is out there doing what he's doing. That's already sad, but it gets worse, because what he actually became out there is the part that really messes me up. Now here comes the middle point. The thing I can't stop thinking about. That sound system inside DJ's body. In my Boost video, I talked about how cars in this universe are basically biological. Pixar's own creative director said it. The engine is the heart. The brain is somewhere behind the windshield. There's organs in there. The doors don't open because if they did, stuff would fall out. Real stuff, organic stuff. These are living things wearing metal. Keep that in mind, because it matters a lot for what I'm about to say. Look at DJ. Look at how much space that sound system takes up. He's not a big car. He's a little boxy hatchback. Scion XB, basically. Tiny thing. And somehow he's got massive subwoofers, speakers, amps, record players, all of it shoved inside him. Where do you think all that stuff went? There's only so much room inside a car's body, and in this world, that room is already full of organs. So when DJ got upgraded with that system, something had to come out. Something got pulled out of him and replaced with speakers. I don't know what, and honestly, I don't want to know. But that's what happened. He was hollowed out. Scooped. Somebody in some backroom garage took pieces of him out and tossed them in a bin so they could fit a sub where his stomach used to be. And here's the part that really got me. In DJ's own dialogue, he mentions that his subwoofer is so heavy, it actually pulls him down when he drives. He feels the weight of it. He's complaining about it. That means his own body is struggling under the stuff that was put inside him. His suspension is sagging. His frame is bending. He is physically carrying around something that hurts him every single mile. Think about that for a second. He's not just modified, he's in pain, constantly. And he chose this. And the bass vibrations? Where do you think those go? They're rattling through his engine, through his fuel lines, through whatever's left of his insides. Every time he drops a beat, he's shaking his own heart. Every song he plays is a tiny little earthquake inside his own body. That's not a hobby. That's self-destruction in slow motion. And remember, this is a guy who went to a real music school. He knew what music was supposed to be. He knew what a song sounded like when it was played on an actual instrument by actual hands with actual feeling behind it. He studied that. He probably loved it once. And he walked away from all that to become a walking speaker. To me, that's a guy who hated himself so much that he didn't just quit music, he turned his body into the thing he used to love. Like if a painter scooped out his own eyes and replaced them with paintings, it's that level of messed up. It's not rebellion anymore at that point. It's punishment. He's punishing himself for something. And I don't think the movie ever tells us what. And here's where point 3 comes in. Because once you understand what DJ physically is, you realize something about the highway attack on Mac that changes everything. Everybody remembers Snot Rod's sneeze knocking lightning out of the trailer. That's the big funny moment everybody quotes. But go back and watch that scene. Like, actually watch it. Who made it happen? It wasn't Boost. It wasn't Wingo. It was DJ. DJ is the one who pulls up in front of Mac and starts playing that slow, sleepy music, that soft Kenny G kind of track, real smooth jazz stuff. And Mac, who was already tired because lightning wouldn't let him rest, just falls completely asleep, like unconscious, on a highway, going full speed. That's not music anymore. That's a weapon. DJ wasn't playing a song to be cool. He wasn't showing off his taste. He was targeting a tired trucker's brain with a specific frequency to shut him down. He knew exactly what he was doing. He picked that song on purpose because he's done this before. Boost even calls Mac a nodder before they start, meaning DJ has hunted sleepy drivers before and knows exactly which sounds knock them out fastest. They have a word for it. They have a routine. And DJ is the opening move every single time. He's the first one in the water. Think about what this means. Every other member of that gang is loud and flashy. Boost has his purple nitrous tanks screaming, "Look at me." Wingo has that giant ridiculous spoiler that nobody could miss. Snot Rod has literal fire shooting out his exhaust. DJ is the quiet one, the one you don't even notice until it's too late. And that's exactly what makes him the most dangerous one in the crew. He's the guy who puts you to sleep before the others come in to finish the job. He's the anesthesiologist before the surgery. In the Cars video game, which is actually canon by the way, they show him doing this same exact routine in a different robbery. Same move, same song type. DJ pulls up, plays the lullaby, knocks the trucker out, and the rest of the gang raids the trailer. That's not a one-time highway prank. That is their standard playbook. It's a professional operation, and DJ is the specialist they built it around. And DJ is the one whose modifications were specifically built for this kind of work. Boost's nitrous is about going fast. Wingo's spoiler is about showing off. Snot Rod's giant blower is about his sneezing and his muscle. But DJ's whole body was rebuilt from the inside out to be a knockout weapon. Every speaker in him has a purpose. Every amp, every wire. He is the tuner gang's actual hit tool. The other guys are muscle. DJ is the method. He's the surgical part of the operation. And when you pair that with everything I said before, a rich kid with a music background who hollowed out his own body and started using sound to hurt people, that's not a street racer anymore. That's something else entirely. That's someone who took the most beautiful thing he knew, music, and turned it into the ugliest thing he could think of. Knocking tired truckers unconscious on dark highways so his friends can rob them, or worse. Imagine telling young Devin at his conservatory recital, "Hey buddy, in 10 years, you're going to use your musical ear to help a gang attack sleeping truckers on the interstate." He'd never believe you. Nobody would, but that's exactly where he ended up. So when you put the whole thing together, who is DJ really? He's Devin Montgomery Johnston III, a kid from money who got sent to a real conservatory to become a real musician. He threw it all away at one party and fell in with a crew led by Boost. He let someone carve out his insides and stuff him full of speakers until his own body physically hurt from the weight of it. And he uses the thing he used to love, music, as a weapon to shut down exhausted drivers on the interstate so his gang can strike. He's the quiet one, the one who doesn't brag, the one nobody looks at twice. And he's the reason Lightning McQueen even ended up in Radiator Springs. Because without DJ's lullaby, Mac never falls asleep, and the whole rest of the movie never happens. No Doc Hudson, no Sally, no lesson learned, none of it. DJ is the unseen hand that pushed the entire plot into motion, and he did it with a song. The weirdest part? Out of the whole Tuner gang, DJ is the one who had the most to lose. Boost was a garage kid working on old cars. Snotrod was a sick muscle car just trying to breathe clean air. Wingo was always a troublemaker with a paint problem, but Devin had a full ride to a future. Devin had the conservatory. Devin had the name, and he traded all of it to become a rolling speaker that puts people to sleep for a living. That's not a cool villain. That's a kid who gave up on himself so completely that he rebuilt his own body into the thing that ruined him. And every single night on that empty interstate, he's still out there, still playing that same slow song, still hunting for the next tired set of headlights in the dark. And the scariest thing about DJ isn't the bass or the speakers or the weapons or the routine. It's that somewhere inside all those subwoofers, buried under all that weight he can barely carry, there's still a music student who knew better and did it anyway.